And welcome everybody to another edition of the Cripple Connection podcast. As always, I am your host with the fair complexion. My name is Cody Lashney. I don't know what prompted me to say it that way, but that's who I am, dude. Whatever, here I am. And you know who else is here? My man Jeffrey Redmond. Jeffrey, what's up, brother?
Hey man, your vampire co-host in making is
Yeah.
here. Because I am also extremely pale, but I digress. Um, um,
Yeah. Looking
yeah,
like looking like milk on the Cripple Connection podcast.
yeah, man. This week is there hasn't been a lot of news, not a lot going on, so we're just gonna do our thing
Yeah,
here
dude, there's
with
not
the
there's not shit to talk about.
yeah,
In case you haven't read the title. But yeah, anyway, I guess I should do a proper intro. This is the Cripple Connection podcast, where two handicapped dudes talk about the video game industry and all of its inner workings and going ons and news stories. If you've been a fan of our content up until this point, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Share our content with someone else who you think might enjoy it. And as always, just hit us up on Twitter at CodyLac, CODYLAC. Jeffrey, where can they find you?
I'm at Jeffro Red, so at JEFFRORED.
All right, so there really ain't nothing to it but to do it. We're gonna react.
Yep.
We have a few news stories, and then
Few, yeah.
yeah, I'm basically going to live react to the Monster Hunter trailer,
Oh my
which
god.
is all
So,
of
yeah,
all of 17 seconds, but we're gonna watch it, dude. And I'm playing the volume because it's not even 30 seconds long, so you can't
yep.
even get struck from this. All right, hey, here we go.
What the hell is that?
On that six!
Oh, see, oh,
Holy shit.
yeah. Okay, one, very, very short. You never lied about how short it was.
Mm-mm.
Number two, like, my thing with it is I like the monster design, like, just
Yeah.
based on what I just looked at, but, dude, like, what's with the, like, why are they trying to make it uh, like a futuristic, like, gun
I,
fighting thing? Is that,
I have no idea.
did they just think that's the only, like, type of action movie that people will go see? Like,
I
I don't
guess.
know, that just seems kind of dumb to me.
It does seem really weird. So anyone who's not familiar with the Monster Hunter franchise, it more or less basically has a more like medieval feel to it. You can have like different weapons like swords and axes and different weapons like all these different kinds of weapons, but why the hell are they turning this into like a military thing? Like I feel like this is, you know, I feel like I'm watching a Michael Bay movie. I feel like I'm watching another Transformers film. And I feel the same way about this in the sense that if this didn't have the Monster Hunter title, I wouldn't even know this was a
Dude,
Monster
you know
Hunter
what
thing.
it looked like almost exactly? Like fucking Starship Troopers. You ever seen Starship
I love
Troopers?
that movie. I
Dude, but
love
like
that
that's
movie,
what
dude.
it's in the desert. They're coming out of the fucking sand. They have
Yeah,
a bunch of B-list celebrities out there
yeah.
shooting guns. Look, if Ti isn't look Ti once upon a time, and still is one of my favorite rappers. But dude, pretty much any movie that he's in nowadays is like guaranteed to suck. you
Yeah.
know, uh, yeah, I don't know. There are famous people in it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
and I hate to bring this up, but it also gives me a Resident Evil vibe. I don't know if that's because it's
Well,
Mila
yeah, just
Jovovich.
because, yeah,
So
but it 100% because Mila Jovovich is in both. But also, like, has there ever been a good movie based off of a video game? Like, tell me one of them.
um,
And maybe there's one I'm not thinking of. Again, there have been a few, but off the top of my head, I cannot think of one video game franchise that has successfully transitioned into being a movie because the stories they're just not made for film. Like they're meant to be interactive. You're meant to
right.
interact with the game. So it's like whenever you and now I feel like they know this, these movie
Hmm.
studios, so now they're trying to turn the movies into something that the video game isn't, and it
Right.
never turns out good. Like,
No, not at
dude,
all.
this fucking Starship Monster Hunter is gonna suck balls, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
The
fucking terrible.
only movie I can think of that even tried to do anything decent and succeeded would probably be the original Mortal Kombat from the 90s. Yes,
Right.
it was missing the blood, but at least it attempted to, like, kind of sort of follow. But that's
Yeah.
the only one I can even remotely even consider. And even that would probably be a bit of a stretch. So, yeah, video game movies never do well. This looks like a quick cash grab just on, basing it on the name and trying to make a quick buck. So, yeah, I'm not true enthralled with this. I'll watch it and probably laugh my ass off, but that would be the only reason to watch it.
This is the type of movie you get high as fuck,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
you go and see with some friends with the intention of just laughing at how bad it is all the time. And hey, maybe it
Right.
surprises, man. Like, I also feel like we're just so cynical that, like, a
Yeah,
lot
we
of the
are.
times, like, even things, but one, rightfully so. I mean, anyone in today's world, I think, has a right to be at least somewhat cynical. Um, but I don't know. Regardless, I just think that it's probably going to be bad, and if it's good, it'll be a complete accident because there's no way these fucking studios know how to make a good video game movie if
Yeah.
their lives depended on it. Anyway, Jeffrey, um, again, here we are in the middle of this show where we're putting together with not much to talk about. Which one do you want to talk about first? Because as we kind of mentioned before, all the news stories are like more relevant to you than they are to me. But
Right.
I mean, they are news stories in a cycle that a news cycle that doesn't really have a lot going on right now. We have a bunch of titles coming out soon, but
Yeah, we
other than
do.
that, yeah, it's pretty dead as far as news is
Yeah,
concerned.
and that's the thing. Crash Bandicoot comes out tomorrow. It would have been
Yeah.
nice to be able to, talk about it today, but that's okay. I guess the Spider-Man thing is probably the most prevalent thing. Sony, of course,
All right, well,
has
let's do that one
announced
then.
that they are remastering Spider-Man for the PS5, which is one of the best games that they've put out, in my opinion. The big issue though is that they replaced the original face model with a younger, newer person, uh, and this is getting a lot of heat from fans who are all like, "This isn't my Peter Parker. This isn't what I signed up for." The face model is getting, his name is Ben Jordan, by the way. He's getting like death threats. It's like, dude, it's a face model. And not only that, but let me can you stop sharing that, and I'll I'll
Yeah,
show
did you
another
want?
video.
Well,
But
I can bring it up too, and I can show
but
you real quick.
I love,
You
okay,
mean the
so
video that you sent me, the
yeah,
comparison
yeah,
video thing?
yeah.
Okay,
So for people who don't know what I'm talking about, on the left, you're
okay.
gonna see
Can you see it?
uh yes, I can.
All right,
Okay.
I have it up.
So on the left is the original, on the right is the newer model. But they are keeping the same voice actor, which I thought was funny. Yuri Leventhal, who is the voice actor, he is in his 40s, so there's no way in hell that they would use him as the
But
face
who was
model.
the original face model based off of the
Uh,
2018 version?
uh, I've forgotten his name for the life. It's in that article.
Do you still have the
Hell,
article?
my life.
I just don't.
Uh,
I just don't
I,
have
I
it on
did
my
a
phone
second
right
ago. I did a second ago when I
But it's in our message thread. If you
yeah,
want
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, no,
That's
I have it up right here too.
Oh, you
So
do? Okay.
the original actor, um, there was nothing wrong with the
Um
original
come on, come on, come
based
on.
off
Um
Jordan.
let's
So
see.
so the original guy. But see, here's the deal. I don't even know where the Yuri Lowenthal thing kind of fits in here because, like, So it says the original was a guy named John Bubniak.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
him.
right,
Um,
and then Ben Jordan is the new Spider-Man.
right.
Uh,
Well, Yuri Leventhal is the voice actor, and
right.
a lot of times with these games, what they try to do is get the same person to be uh, the model. But of course, with Yuri being as old as he is, there's no way in hell that they would cast him as Peter. And people are taking to Twitter and being like, "Well, why isn't Yuri the
Okay,
the
so the
face model
tweet,
too?"
the tweet right here, one of the guys put our full reason is in the blog. We had to recast. So by the way, this is from Insomniac, their Twitter.
Yeah,
But we had to recast as we needed a better match to Yuri Lowenthal's facial capture to bring you
yeah.
next gen performance. So to those who feel strong about the change are now rallying around Bubniak, the original. So basically, like it's just they had the original face model for the original game. They didn't bring him back because I guess the
Right.
studio wanted a guy that looks similar to Tom Holland, which I guess he does. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
he's younger, and I think that's the key. Although in this game, Spider-Man's supposed to be 25, so now he no longer looks older. He looks younger. So it's kind of awkward in a sense. Um, am I remembering that right? Isn't he supposed to be a little older in this game? I
Yeah, I think
forgive me.
so.
It's been quite a while since I've platinumed that game, which I'm very proud of, by the way. But yeah, he's older in this version of Spider-Man. He's not exactly a young kid, so it is kind of weird that like they went for a more um, you know boyish look, but I guess whatever. My theory is that they weren't able to upres the facial model
Yeah,
because facial models are extremely hard to program and to get right.
right.
So I don't think they were able to properly upres that from the PS4, which is why they went and recasted him. That's my personal opinion. I know from working with face models, albeit very briefly, that they are difficult to enhance from a previous thing. So basically, they're starting over because it's better for them. This face model's been getting a lot of like death threats and shit, like on Twitter and
Yeah,
Instagram.
because people on the internet are
Like,
pieces of
chill out,
shit.
guys. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
get
like
over it.
who
I
really
mean,
gives a shit? Like, does it make or break your gameplay experience
no,
that
not at
Peter
all.
Parker has a different fucking face? Like, ultimately, who gives a shit, man?
Right.
And it's like they do this in movies too. Sometimes actors get different roles. They have to
Yeah.
recast different parts. Like, this shit just happens. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, to play devil's advocate a little bit, like I understand why you want the continuity too, and it feels like you're
Right.
erasing a part of the last game since it's a remaster, but like
Right.
you're like putting white out over something that you didn't quite like in the original that other people did. So listen, I understand why people might be frustrated about it, but at the end of the day, it's like whatever, man. It's not that big
Yeah.
of a deal. Like who
I'm.
actually, like, I'll never understand the person who gets angry enough to send someone a death threat on
Yeah.
Twitter. Like someone
Yeah.
that you don't know, that you'll never meet in your entire life. Like maybe get a whole fucking life while you're at it, you know?
I mean, yeah, and I mean, like, hang on, I got to show this because, like, why not? Um. Uh. This is him. Like, why would you not want this as Spider-Man? Like, look at him. I mean, he's more like Tom Holland was. So
Dude,
I
I'm
think that
not
what
gonna
they were.
lie. I swear to God, thought one of those pictures, that
Yeah,
one in
me
the
too.
middle,
Me too.
I
I
thought his
checked.
dick was out at first. I'm like,
Nope. Nope.
whoa, Jeffrey, you gotta
Those are
tell me
pants.
before you
Yeah.
surprise me with a random
No, man.
dick.
No. But like, why
So,
would you not want that as
so
Spider-Man?
who's this little twink? He's the original
That
one or the?
no, he's the new one,
Oh, he's a new one. Oh
right?
yeah, that guy can be fucking whoever he wants to be. Like that
But
guy,
I mean, that's. But I mean, like, I don't
Like,
get
was
it.
the
I don't.
other guy not a model? Like, normally, how do you land a modeling job for your face if you're not already a model of some sort?
Yeah, I believe he was actually. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that's usually how that stuff goes. Anyway, I'll stop
Yeah, you
presenting
can take
that.
away the
But
half-naked dude now.
just I mean, like, it's not even a big deal. So like, what? I want to know why this was at the top of the gaming subreddit. I really
uh,
want to know like why
I
that was
don't
a
know.
thing.
I went to
Um,
gaming news, and it wasn't on the
yeah,
top of gaming news, but it might have
it,
been
it
on the top of gaming.
yeah, it was when I checked this morning, but there have been a few other articles since then. But I'm just like, okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a thing.
yeah, that's pretty dumb that
Pretty
people that
pointless.
yeah, I mean it's literally not going to change anything because they're not going to bring back the original actor,
No,
and now you're just making. But dude, imagine being that guy. Dude,
true.
if I'm that guy, I don't give a fuck, bro. Hey, I got paid to do this, and I'm a model, so maybe kiss my ass and all that good
Right.
stuff. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever. But okay. As we venture to find new shit to talk about, you want to do
Sorry.
this?
Just yeah.
Do you want to
It's
do
a
this Nintendo?
random thing. Yeah, we can do the Nintendo thing. Oh, we got somebody.
In
Low
our
Country Cannabis.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's Joe Riolano, my man.
okay, Joe. Okay, all right. He brings up a good point. Are we going to talk about? Are we going to discuss Call of Duty Zombies for Cold War because that preview did come out? Yeah, we
Oh,
could
we
do
can.
that if you want to
Yeah,
do that.
dude, we can. Listen, Joey, if you're still there, we've been like trying to find anything
Yeah, dude.
to talk about. So if that's what you want to talk about, brother, we'll
Yeah,
fucking do
let's
it,
go for
man.
that.
Um,
That seems okay.
what am I looking up again? The Call of Duty Zombies.
Call of Duty Zombies for Cold War. Yeah,
And
we could do that.
the trailer came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check this shit out.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
actually forgot that was a thing, so thank you.
this is which one? We have that first look. This is the reveal trailer. So let's take a look at this.
Yeah, why not?
Let me share it for you. My bad. Let's go to present now. Call of Duty Zombies. Should I take the sound off? And whatever. It's
whatever.
Who
it's
gives a shit? Alright, gameplay was captured on PlayStation 5. Let's check it out.
Sam, what have you done?
Did you get the package?
Thank goodness you checked the chat.
Watch the tape.
yeah.
What the hell is that?
A machine. It's happening again.
Requiem actual strike team is on.
Have you seen this yet, Joe?
I have not.
Whoa, the graphics actually look insane.
Wow, look at that, man.
Let's get the power on.
The shading is really nice. The colors pop. I like that.
Yeah.
Strike team, report. What the hell just happened?
Dude.
Let's go!
Man, we are so going to get in trouble for the tainted blood thing, but that's okay.
I think it's probably will though. I don't know, it's fair use for reacting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they'll give a shit about it.
It looks great.
I mean, I've
honestly,
always been a fan of zombies more than I have like the original game.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way.
Yeah, because
This
they
is
have way cooler weapons, way
yeah,
cooler designs on the enemy models. Yeah, dude, this looks fucking sick.
yeah, dude.
We can't hold them off any longer!
Help is on the way.
Ooh, you can bring in like oh damn, you can do like kill streaks now as part of like as part of the actual thing. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I saw the ray gun. The ray gun's back. Oh, God. All right.
Nice,
All
nice,
right,
nice,
man.
nice.
That's awesome. November 3rd. Jesus, is it really? Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's coming up. Yeah,
Man.
man. Listen, I'm never like I think I've said it on here before. Like I've never really like you see the quad stick in front of my face now. I've only had this for a few years. Playing first person shooters for most of my life has been damn near impossible. They're just
Right.
not easy for me to play. But so normally I've had other friends though who love it and live by it though. So like when I was watching them, zombies was always my favorite thing. Um,
Definitely.
when it comes to Call of Duty, just because of one, the type of weapons that you have, they're so much cooler and more versatile in zombies. Like you saw the ray guns and the blaster rifles. Just like there's more cool shit in
Yep.
zombies than there is the normal modes. So, um, yeah, I mean, I like
Yeah.
the feel of it. I like the vibe of it. If I was gonna buy Call of Duty, it might almost exclusively be for the zombies mode.
And it's funny because didn't one of the Call of Duties like split itself off like to where you could just buy the
Oh yeah,
zombie mode because people loved it so much?
but
I'm thinking.
Joey says now you can take your loadout from the game into zombies.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, that's a new feature. So that yeah no
Okay.
that's cool, man. Call of Duty, they're in that weird area where it's like for a while they were putting a Call of Duty out every year. Like just how
Yep.
there was another Assassin's Creed every year. And it,
Right.
it, it kind of hits that thing where the game kind of becomes the same thing over and over. I know they have different studios that work on different Call of Duties at a time. Um, but I think Call of Duty is at its best when it's just like senseless violence and fun. And I feel like that's what
Yep.
they've gotten right and they continue to do right with Warzone, and now we're getting a Cold War title. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. Like I said, zombies. I like that it's in like it's more kind of sectioned out too. Like instead of it being a bunch of different levels, it's like a few core different zombie levels. I think that's really cool. I noticed when you were outside on that level, when they started to swarm you, like it legitimately it looked like The Walking Dead. Like it
Yeah, it
looked
did.
really
It did.
cool. It looked really really cool.
Yeah. And being able to bring your loadout from multiplayer and all of your different like assets and stuff, I think that's going to add another layer to zombies because zombies was always like it's a more layered experience too because you have to really think about what you're doing. You have to think about what sections to open up and how to proceed through the level if you want to
Yep.
get it done the right way. So yeah, I'm actually interested in Cold War in general. I'm wondering. I'm one of those guys who actually like plays Call of Duty for the story, and I know you're looking at me like what, but the Cold War has always been an interesting time in history. So it'll be interesting to see uh, what they actually do.
Yeah, and
Um,
what battles they do end up
exactly.
using. Joey in the chat also says all zombies DLC is now free.
Yay! Thank God, because
Yeah,
that
it's
shit
good when
always
you
drove me
see
nuts.
a mega corporation that's actually doing something for the people who buy their games continuously. Yeah, that's good shit, man. That's better business
Yeah.
practices. I feel like a lot of these companies that had to put out games every year, they kind of really hit that wall of burnout syndrome that people
Hmm.
run into when you're constantly getting the same kinds of games every year. But
Right.
I think they've been able to transition in a way that's actually good for them, and they're doing things now for the gamer specifically. You know,
Right.
you have to listen to criticism, especially in the age of the internet, man. If you have a product or a feature about your product that fans aren't vibing with, they're gonna let you know, and they're gonna let everyone else know too. Like, I don't know if you had followed anything going on around Madden, but people are so mad at Madden football because
Yeah.
every year, essentially, EA just essentially puts out the same game, repackage it, they put another athlete on the cover, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, go buy this game now." And
And I,
fans are like, "What are you even doing now? Like, how are
yeah.
you duping people to buy this game over and over every year?"
And it's not even just Madden. It's MLB. It's FIFA. They all have the same or very similar concepts. So I can vouch for the rest of the sports catalog as well. And you said or Joey brings up the point of I think they're trying to appeal to a broader base with the Call of Duty, and I agree. Um, Paying for those individual map packs was a absolute pain in the ass. Not
Yeah.
to mention, just cheap way to make money. So I
And
am
they
glad
came
that
out
they're
a lot too. They put
yeah,
out those maps a lot and frequently,
yes,
and were expecting you
yeah,
to pay for them. So,
right,
yeah, man, I do think that they are appealing to a broader audience. And also I find that the color palette was kind of like there were different parts. Like there was a part where there was like a rabbit like sitting on something, and it was all bright and colorful. Like there was some graffiti
mhm,
on the wall. I like when a shooter just isn't this dank, drab, you know, underground bunker with the same
right,
browns and tans, and I've
yeah,
I've always hated that. But no, I think Joe's right. They are appealing to a broader audience, which is weird to say because that audience for Call of Duty is pretty broad as it is. It's probably
that's true,
yeah, it's gonna make more money than just about any video game that will come out on console. So
definitely.
yeah. Any last thoughts on Call of Duty you wanna mention and bring out there?
Now I want to play zombies. So
Yeah, I know, right? And
I,
that's actually
I,
kind of like I kind of do too.
So I guess it accomplished what it was set out to do. So good for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I
yeah, I think so too. Um, Jeffrey, we don't always need to go an hour. Instead of just ham fisting these, I actually think that was good. We reacted to it. We did the Spider-Man news story. We
mhm.
did the Monster React trailer, and then my man Joe Real, I don't know, Low Country Cannabis, my dog, co-founder of the C3 Carolina Panthers podcast, came in with the save and had us react to some Call of Duty, man. That actually sounds
Yeah,
like
man.
a show.
Definitely. I think you saved our ass there, Joey. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, Joe Real on
Much
him
love.
for the
So
save.
yeah, I mean the other two things, and I'll just mention them briefly. We don't
Yeah.
even have to, but I did kind of want to say
But
a
we
few
still have
things.
time if you want. If there's a specific one you want to talk about, I'm not gonna not let you do it.
Well,
The
well,
Nintendo one.
you, the Nintendo one, I guess.
But which
For
one?
those
Which
who
one? Which one were you wanting to talk about?
I can't make a decision. I guess the Nintendo one is
I
more
think the
prevalent because
Nintendo one is probably more prevalent.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
Um,
sharing it now,
so
and I'll just let you kind of take it away.
so what's going on right now, if y'all don't know, is that there is a lawsuit going on about the Nintendo Switch because the Joy Cons, which are the little controllers that you use to control the thing that are hooked to the side of the system, they have a problem with what's called drift. There's motion controls and analog controls within these Joy Cons, and they they basically stop functioning after about two years of use, and it depends on how how often you use these things. I personally use a pro controller, so this really isn't a big issue for me. But so people are having to replace their Joy Cons, and all kinds of shit is going on. And now an official lawsuit has been brought to Nintendo, which kind of sucks. Uh, Ray Lachny says hi, or it's Ray. I'm sorry, REA. You know
it's,
her?
it's actually Rhea. But hey,
Oh,
she answers to Miss Ree, to Miss Riri.
hi. How you doing?
I'm making
Can't,
fun of her. I hope she's still listening, Miss Ree.
yeah. She just popped in here. So, but yeah, it's a thing. There's a lawsuit going on. I don't know what's going to end up happening with it. Basically, the law firm that has brought this case action lawsuit has said, that Nintendo knew about this from the start and they didn't do anything about it. But Nintendo's like, trying to deal with it, trying to play catch up. So, if anything, further comes out about this story, I'll let you know. But right now, it's kind of just in the weeds or whatever. So yeah, just if your Joy-Con has an issue, you should be able to get it replaced for free. You just have to contact Nintendo. But with the whole COVID thing going on right now, their orders are a little
Yeah, good
at,
luck with
at
that. That sounds like
at
it
the
would be
back end. So
be a
honestly, I
shit
would just
show.
recommend either going to like GameStop or somewhere and buying another set of controllers, or you can just forget that entire mess and buy a pro controller and just save yourself the headache that way. So
But
there
the
there
Pro
are
controllers,
alternatives.
I mean, I know you like it. The Pro controllers are actually dope. And like, I don't
Yeah,
know, like I understand like part of Nintendo's thing is always having. I mean, I don't want to say gimmick, but like for lack of a better term, they're always having
it
those
is a gimmick.
yeah,
It is a gimmick.
gimmicky controllers because for the most part, we know what kind of control form fits your hand. It's a
Right.
blend of something of what Sony and Microsoft use,
Yeah.
right? So it's like for me, I mean, yeah, I'm sure the Joy Cons are cool, but I'd much rather use the Pro controller anyway, especially if I'm
Use
playing
this
something
damn
like
thing. Like, there's no reason not to use this.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Let me hold on, let me put the camera on you. Are you holding it up?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, and you have the badass fucking Nintendo Classics looking one,
and
bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
dope.
it looks like a Super Nintendo one,
Yeah, no,
except it's.
that's actually cool. No,
And you know
that's
what?
awesome.
This isn't even an official Nintendo one. There's knockoff ones all over the damn place
Oh,
that you can
really?
get for like $20, and
Oh,
they work
wow,
just
that's
as good,
cool.
and they have motion controls inside of them. So if you need motion controls
Yeah,
for any reason, you can just use this. Trust me,
nice.
save yourself a lot of headache and a lot of frustration, and just get one of these things.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all over Amazon.
All right.
So
Nice,
yeah,
nice, nice. Well, Jeffrey, we've come to the end of another show, and that we
yep.
managed to throw together. Why don't you, one more time, go ahead and tell them where they can find you online and pick your brain and ask you questions or all that good jazz.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Jeffrored. That's at JEFFRORED.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at CodyLac, CODYLAC. You can find me every Tuesday night on the C3 Carolina Cat Chronicles podcast with my man Tony Dunn, CK, and the Stat Daddy, Greg. And that's about all for me. Jeffrey, next time we'll be able to talk some game. We'll be able to talk about Crash Bandicoot, which that'll be fun. That'll be cool.
Right. Oh,
And
one thing to mention very
yeah,
very quickly. We didn't get to Joey's last comment. He says the Zombies beta will be available on October 8th.
oh, okay.
If
See,
you have purchased
that's my sister's
if
birthday.
you purchased Cold War.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing. But anyway, yeah, I think that'll do it for us. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
So you heard it there first. You want to play zombies? Go out and buy Cold War, which I'm sure a
yeah,
lot of
dude.
people already have, already
I
are.
was gonna say
Yeah.
everybody who wants that damn game already has it, so
Yeah, for
no
sure.
worries on that end.
Well, all right. This has been another edition of the Cripple Connection podcast. Until next Saturday, peace and love.
Peace, guys.